Hey, here we go. BattleRap.com. Back to Basics 2, Los Angeles, California. Introduce yourself.
Hi, you guys know who I am. Whatever. It's
Right.
Pete.
Let's talk about the event so far. You are just here enjoying yourself. How does that feel, first of all?
It's amazing, bro. It's fantastic. I am so happy to not be up here like pacing around trying to memorize shit.
Right.
It's
With Billy Boondocks.
Well, yeah, I'm actually a little disappointed that no one gave him a flyer telling him there was an event today. I mean, you would expect him, but unfortunate circumstances.
We're about halfway through. We haven't seen any of the main events yet. What would you say are the standout performances? Have you seen them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think Caddy Ron was crazy. Him and Only, those are like my favorite two of the day for sure. I'm so happy that Only like absolutely snapped like that. But I think Caddy is probably performance of the day. That shit was a beat down. I mean, granted, I will like Sakara got slept on. There were some lines that I was like, yo, that was tight, and people didn't react to it. But I still thought like Caddy controlled the pacing of it, the energy of it, the momentum, everything about it. And he was like so in his zone and like in his pocket. That shit was nuts.
What do you think about Caddy's material? Obviously, it's raw. It's often very offensive.
It definitely is.
You know,
He had a line that kind of puts it in context really well about like people like fuck with my shit because like I'm upfront with who I am, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm obviously butchering the line, but it's true.
authenticity
You know what I'm
over everything.
I mean, yeah, he's himself.
Even if you're a scumbag.
He is the same way to everybody. And that's, people just know that it's the same on and off camera, really. Yeah.
And what else? Did you see JC versus Psychosis?
Actually, no, I was up here smoking, but I heard that it was actually really crazy. I heard Psychosis did really fucking well.
So they both did really well. Psychosis is just like, when he's delivering like 3 times the amount of content, it's really hard to make a case. It's like, oh, you did great, but he had so much more in his style.
He stacks a lot, for sure. I mean, I know he toned it down this battle a little, which is a good thing, I think, especially against an opponent like JC. I feel like you don't want to like overstack shit against a guy like that. Like you'd rather just kind of punch with him. But yeah, I mean, I'll definitely have to like look back at the footage because I came up here just because it's so hot downstairs.
Right. Now, in the first 6 months of 2015, there's been a big push for this kind of rookies versus vets theme. RBE's doing it. URL did it with rookies versus vets, and I guess kind of King of the Dot has done it a little bit as well. Are there any rookies that you want to give a shot to these days?
I mean, I don't know about give a shot to. I feel kind of over that whole give the up-and-comer their chance against the OG type of shit. But at the same time, there's matches that make sense and that fall into place. And there's also like dudes who are coming up in the scene that I fuck with who, if it came down to it, like hypothetically, and this isn't someone that I want to battle, but it's someone who I think is super dope as an up-and-comer in the scene. Someone like Madflex, you know what I'm saying? Like if they were trying to book him like a tight battle to give him some like shine like that, you know what I'm saying? I think it could be worked out. Or someone like E. Farrell, you know what I'm saying? Or I mean, I'm all for getting dudes like Only bigger battles for sure, but I don't think he and I would ever go against each other. But
What did you think of his debut?
Only?
Actually, I know what you thought of it because you were behind him going.
Behind him going. Oh, I was thoroughly disgusted with every line. Oh, even his flips though were crazy.
Flips
The
fax machine and
fax machine Carter Diem shit. The cannabis flip. Holy shit!
You only needed one offhand rebuttal.
I agree. The first one was amazing.
Yeah.
But cats like Farrell, Madflex. Those are obviously two dudes that I like heavily fuck with, and any chance I get, I'm like, yo, peep them out.
Yeah. And let's also talk about we're at the very end of the first 6 months of the year. Who do you think are the standout MCs just overall in the first 6 months?
I mean, I've had 6 battles in the 6 months. I think me and Soul are having like probably the 2 best years so far. I mean, you can make a case for some other people, but I mean, I've had since the Arsenal battle, which we can even wipe from all of our memories if we choose, since it was in December anyways. But every month since then, I have had a battle.
Make your case for yourself.
Okay. First battle was probably my best performance, which was against Bender.
Right.
Yeah, that was my first battle of the year, was against Bender. which could, I mean, the Rome performance too. Both of those are like might be my two best performances in the format. Then you've got the J Pro battle, which I did on short notice, which still came out to be one of the better battles of the event, and the whole vibe of it was hella good. I battled Manas in Australia, who he is pretty much regarded as the best guy out there, and he and I had a really good debatable battle either way. People are calling it either way, which is cool with me. Was supposed to battle Hoffa, but now that's just postponed, and
battled Funeral Nick instead.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, and had a worthy replacement for Math in one of the worst of all time. But you know what I'm saying? Fuck doing things for the love price, kids. And then 2 battles in England.
How much did he pay you for that, by the way?
Enough.
Saurus is the most underrated legend in
dude.
battle rap.
Thank you, man.
No lie.
Thank you, my man.
It's like 2,000
I appreciate that.
or like 2001.
Something like that, yeah.
Close, give or take.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's nice. Little shout out from JC.
True.
And what we,
So 2 in Amsterdam with Archaic and Pedro. And the Math battle is still going to happen. We're working on
When and where?
something, I don't know yet, but it'll have to be in the States for sure. After Math got denied in Vancouver, it's way too recent. Like, you can't just be like, hey, try coming into Toronto. Not worth it. Plus, when you Google the guy's name, it's not necessarily.
Path off a punch come
Yeah.
up first?
Well, it's like 5 violent things that come up immediately. Yeah. And whatever, that sucks. But we can do it in the States. It's definitely doable, and it will be a really fucking good battle. The shit I wrote for him is crazy. I showed Fools like a 16, and it's crazy. Oh, I can't wait to do that one. And then hopefully something for World Dom. We'll see. And then I'll be doing a foreign battle in a league that I've never battled in before that I won't be able to say anything about until dude drops it. But it's gonna be absurd. Dope ass opponent. Maniacal league. That should say it.
You're in King of the Ronalds?
You know what I'm saying? No, man, no announcements been made. Nothing.
You're in King of the Ronalds?
Nothing official has been said. Nothing like that. Well, so something crazy.
That's the most maniacal league that I can
think. Something's gonna happen later in the year that's gonna be really dope.
Okay. Well, stay tuned. We'll have it all once it drops. Peter Morris is the Saurus.
I am, and Chris Mitchell is official.
Let's also talk about the resurgence of the 2-on-2s. DNA and K-Shine have launched themselves as a team to beat right now. Hitman and Verb have established themselves. I think a lot of it came from the success of Shuffle T and Marlowe all of a sudden needing opponents. And you and Ilmac are the still legendary 2-on-2 team.
We're the best team that has ever existed in battle rap.
Better than Marlowe and Shuffle T?
Yeah, we are.
Pretty debatable.
Marlowe, in fairness, no, those guys are amazing. They, over here, had a debatable battle with 2 guys who've never teamed together before.
But who've known each other for a decade.
But who have also never been a team before. I'm just saying, history speaks for itself. I can do all the head nods in the world and be as biased as possible. We're the best team that's been in battling, besides Poe Rich and Diaz.
Well, they did beat you. So, you and Ilmac, I know there were rumors that you guys were going to actually return for this event against Dan and Costa?
Yeah, it was attempted to make happen and eventually just basically wasn't in the budget. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Do it for the culture, man.
I mean, I was willing, but at the same time, I can't, I'm here anyways, so I guess it kind of looks ridiculous to me saying I can't take an L on it, but I'm actually not taking an L on this trip by being here. I have something else to sort out, on this trip to, justify.
Whatever, you don't have to explain yourself. So, but the 2-on-2, so you and Ilmac potentially teaming up, do you want to battle guys like DNA and Shine?
DNA and Shine, not really, because we've both beaten DNA. They're an interesting team to watch. I think they're super entertaining. Verb and Hala would be crazy, but I feel like they're just starting, and so are DNA and Shine. They're just starting this 2-on-2 thing. After they come see the end boss, where do you go from there? Right. Once the end boss washes you, where does your tour go? It doesn't go anywhere. So enjoy it. Call out everybody, city to city, and then when you want to bring that tour to a close, and the notion of you being a successful team to a close, then come around and holler at the champs. Because eventually it should happen. I feel like at least one of those two. There's other matches too that
Marlowe
make
and
sense.
Shuffle T is the one that people have been calling for years.
That's definitely the one, and it'll happen. the scenario.
You heard it here first. It's gonna happen.
It will. It just can't be rushed. They wanted to do that here initially, and I said no. With the World Series of Poker going on, I don't want to half focus on people as good as Shuffle T and Marlowe. Straight up, that's what I said to Avo. Ill tried to convince me, but it'll happen. It'll just be the right scenario with the right amount of prep because they're too good to half-ass. You feel me?
All right, let's leave it there.
Yeah.
BattleRap.com. Boom.